my gosh, I just realized I am the thing with the most color in this entire room. What can I say? I guess anywhere I go, I'm going to be bringing the greenery with me, my friends. But hello and welcome! So this is actually going to be my office for the next 2 weeks. And I thought I'd give you guys a little sneak peek before we went ahead and started making a mess of this place, because Chips and I are back in the mountains. We are back in the Appalachian Mountains around Boone and Blowing Rock, if that means anything to you, in North Carolina, where we fell in love and where his family actually has an annual trip. And so we're here for that annual trip. I'm very excited because it's just starting to be spring in the mountains, which means I am going to be able to go ahead and go on so many hikes with Chips and show you guys all of the blossoms and all of the trees really starting to fill in. The rhododendrons, which are these beautiful flowering bushes that just tower over you here, are not quite blooming yet, but they might start finishing up their buds and start blooming before we leave. So that's one of the things my heart is really hoping I'll be able to show you guys while we're here. But we are on, it's kind of like vacation slash retreat slash like a creative retreat, because Chips and I are both approaching our work from a new angle, and we're trying to think about like, okay, where do we want to go in life and all of those things. So this is kind of like a creative retreat as well. And that means I am going to be happily, and not because I'm a workaholic, but happily approaching the idea of how to do more work while we're here, and how to like create happy adventures, how to set more of a foundation and create more of a map into the future for Pixel Biology Adventures, myself as Seri, for where we want to travel in the world, for how I want to bring you the joy that I experience about the natural world, about all of our pixel worlds that we explore to you guys. You can see I'm getting more and more excited just thinking about it. So this is a trip that's going to be family, it's going to be celebrating spring, it's going to be our annual time in the mountains, and it's hopefully going to be something special that will lay down a treasure map to follow that will be something I can share with you guys. So since I have all of you on mind, and I just a lot of this I'm going to be carrying you guys in my heart and kind of figuring out like, okay, let's brush off the dust, let's pick myself back up, and let's figure out how to like leap into the future and learn more about the world we all share, while still having a great time. How do I bring back zoo crafting? How do I get WolfQuest moving? I actually daydreamed about warrior cats on the drive up, but then what is also new and different and what is important to incorporate into our adventures and myself and my creative world as we evolve and we figure out how to continue to grow the channel as the world changes around us. Basically all of those things are on my mind, which means this is going to be a space that I hope is going to be part of all of that creation. So I wanted to show you guys the very cute little room we have before I go and make a huge mess of it. I am still laughing until I got behind the camera lens. I didn't realize I am the most colorful thing in here. Every bit of color I brought and imported. But basically we have a beautiful, beautiful view of the mountains here. Off in the distance, you can actually see one of the most famous mountains in the area called Grandfather Mountain, which I hope to see at the end of the month, or even actually we might see it with Chip's family, so you guys might see a vlog of it coming up very soon. And at the end of the month, spoilers, we're going to be coming back because my sister and her family are actually going to be coming to see my mountains for the very first time. I am so excited. They have never been here. They have never seen where Chips and I have like fallen in love. They have never seen the mountains I'm always going on and on and on about loving so much. One of only 2 temperate rainforests in the entire United States. I cannot wait to shower you guys and my family with more like knowledge about this beautiful and unique place in the world, and to just share how much I love it. So I'm really looking forward to that. And Grandfather Mountain is actually one of the more famous mountains around here, and it has something called the Mile High Bridge that I have never successfully crossed because I am terrified of heights, but every time I tell myself I'm gonna do it. So you guys might see that, you might see some of our favorite trails, you might just see me like relaxing and thinking up ways that we can have a great time with a whole bunch of new adventures. How can we start streaming Wildberry? How can I incorporate all of these dreams in a way that actually makes them happen? That's the stuff I'm gonna be thinking about a lot as I sit right here on this very firm yet comfy bed. And I have my little nook. Behold, like I said, literally everything that has color I brought here. This is going to be my new setup for work. I got this little desk. This actually has legs under it that pops up so I can sit on the ground and prop my microphone. I have my travel microphone with me, so the microphone is gonna have to sit like either over here next to the mouse or on the actual laptop. Like when we were in Taiwan, that is where the microphone had to sit, was on the actual laptop while I like worked around it. So I'm going to be having this propped up and sitting on the floor with me, and then I'm going to be recording from here. Chips actually wants to do some recording with me. We'll see how that plays out. I already have my throat coat prepared in case I get super excited and end up recording a lot of things and need throat coat. Fun fact, the slippery elm that they grow to put into throat coat is actually grown here in these mountains. So it's native to these mountains, and it is amazing if you have a sore throat and you need to, like, you've been talking too much, you've been singing too much. Like, I use this all the time. Any of you guys who have been in our streams know that when I turn to throat coat, I have been yammering a mile a minute at y'all, and I need like some throat coat. But there's my travel mic. So this is going to be the setup from which I hope to bring you guys all of our adventures. I brought my kettlebell so I can continue to try to work on my health and improve it. I have the wildlife camera right in here. This is where the vlog camera goes. I have a new set of pins that I've got on right now. Goulding Finch pin, our Seri pin, of course, which I hope to be able to sell to you guys, our first edition Seri pin with a giraffe. But I have a few of these left. We're probably never going to get them redone. We'll do some new designs. But hopefully when we get back home early June, I want to go ahead and open up a P.O. box. That's one of my dreams for this summer. And it's been a couple years since we've moved back to North Carolina, so it's about time we have a P.O. box. And once I open up the P.O. box, I can sell the last remaining of these to any of you guys who are interested. We have a turtle, and this guy is actually from Bald Head Island and the Turtle Conservatory over there, the Nature Conservancy, I should say. And that is like a pin that I bought to support the good work that they do for the wildlife there. Chips got me this plant nerd pin for my birthday, which was really sweet. And then the Science is Real pin that I have been wearing for years now, and I have gotten more comments on this pin and more high fives about it than I have anything else I have ever worn in my life. So that makes me really proud to have. Then you can see I brought a whole bunch of library books. Most of them are about birds, and also one about sugar, just because I'm curious about what that book says. I'm not really against sugar, but I might be before I finish it, who knows, but I'm just trying to educate myself more, and I will definitely triple, quadruple check that book and its sources before I take any of it too seriously. That's what being married to an academic and a professor teaches you, by the way, is that you always question what the heck is in these books. But the next one should be less controversial. I have a book called Why Peacocks, because I saw it at the library and I was like, why peacocks? Why? I want to know why peacocks. So I got that. I have no idea how it is because I want to know about peacocks and yammer to you guys about them in our zoo crafting and Planet Zoo series. We also have The Thing with Feathers, which is also about birds and bird life. We have Sentient, which I've heard good things about, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. We have The Insect Crisis, which is actually super important. Did you guys know like 80% of our songbirds have disappeared over the last few decades? Like over the course of just my lifetime, and that is highly related to the loss of the biodiversity of insects. So I really want to read this and maybe learn something I could do about it, something maybe we could do. Maybe we could all like work together to like open up some bee houses in a community garden, like sponsor them or something. That would be really nice. And then we have a few fantasy books. The Shadow of What Was Lost. I don't know if any of these fantasy books are good, by the way, because all of the good fantasy books at my library are always checked out, because we have so many fantasy lovers that it means the stuff on the shelves is kind of like slim pickings, which is a good problem to have, I guess. But it means I just walked into the library, I threw my arms up in frustration because I had no idea if I was getting any good library book, and I just decided, all right, whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the biggest book that it seems semi-tolerable when I flipped to a random page that I could read. So we're gonna try out The Shadow of What Was Lost, A Brightness Long Ago, and The Abyss Beyond Dreams. And then of course I've got my Switch. We have prints, tea, we've got washi tape for the joy journals, and we have got my personal joy journal And look at this. So this is actually based off of the monthly Patreon postcard that Alari makes for us. And this month, because Chips and I are going to be camping in the mountains and we're going to be staying up here at cabins in the mountains pretty much the whole month of May, we went ahead and we went with the theme of like having Chips and I camp under the stars, which I think is really adorable. And so this is going to be a postcard. It's much bigger, and I had it printed as a little notebook so that Chips and I can have a notebook that will be our marriage joy journal. In real life, we do actually have a ridiculously cute little marriage joy journal where he gifted it to me on my birthday right before our wedding. And we write 3 things that brought us joy together every day, and we've kept it up for 2 years now, and it is amazing. And every anniversary we sit down and we reread the journal that we have written for the last year, and it's so beautiful to see all of those memories we've made together. And so whenever we go on big trips like this that are going to last about a month, I get a special journal of some kind, and we put all of the details of that trip into the special journal so that the trip itself kind of has its own journal. So I'm excited about that. I brought enough washi tape. I should be able to take care of it. And it's just going to be a great time, you guys. I hope, at least. I'm going to do my best to make it a great time. And I hope it's going to be a time where I can also create some adventures and think about how to translate. How do you translate joy? How do you take the things that make you happy and you turn them into something that you can share with people? How do you do that? That is the question I'm going to be asking myself and exploring on this trip. And that is why we have this little itty bitty temporary office. But all right, I'll see if I can show you guys some of the nature and some of the mountains around here, and then just let you know that's the update of what's going on right now. There's a little bird in the storm drain. That's adorable. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. He's just looking around. I think it's one of these little tree sparrows that has just been flying all over the place. Oh, there he goes. Please don't nest in there. That's not for nesting. Wow, I've never seen a bush like this. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, the colors are so striking. Look, and it's covered in prickies.
It smells kind of funky.
I'm gonna call it a sleeping beauty bush until proven otherwise, because you know how the myth of she pricks her finger on the spinning wheel? And then actually look at the way the flowers come down with this little surrounding greenness.
Oh, the other ones don't do that.
Ew, maybe that one.
Yeah, that's like
Wait, are you
goo.
bugs?
You bugs?
I think it's bugs. Or maybe not. Wow. Oh, that's so pretty. Because these are the best smelling things we've found yet, I think.
Some shade.
Oh, wow. Oh, and they're so lovely.
Look at your feet. Oh, red little tot.
What a cute little bird. Yeah, look, he's chirping because he has a bug in his mouth. And I think he's trying to say, like, ladies. Hey, ladies. What do you think, ladies? I got this bug. Come eat it. Do you think he's trying to call, like, a potential mate right now?
It could be.
Doesn't he look like he's just like, look, I can provide. That is him. You can see his little throat move. He's doing his best to show off and say, like, come be my mate. He's so small.